Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist here. Well, what do you think these are? Well, pretty easy to tell. They're nuts. Oh, we got excuse me, almonds and cashews and um, hazelnuts or filberts and pistachios and a couple pecans in there. They're my favorite actually. So nuts in general, and I think they're a very healthy food, full of lots of great antioxidants that will do the body good if used in moderation. There's no doubt about that. And I love nuts. We keep them around the house on a regular basis. And they have a huge amount of antioxidants in them. Compared to fish, they have even more than what fish would have. So, with the omega-3 oil, so pretty amazing as far as that goes. They have lots of good unsaturated fats, polyunsaturated fats, and they do a great job of lowering cholesterol in general. And I'll get into that more a little bit later. And I know most people just love nuts like me. We go nuts for nuts. That's all there is to it. And they also contain a lot of omega-3 oils, just like walnuts, lots of omega-3 oil, which are good to protect the delicate fats in our cells, so, and help to prevent DNA damage and actually heal DNA damage and prevent disease in general. And the studies show that they are full of lots of polyphenols, which help to get rid of oxidative stress and get rid of those free radicals, which start disease. And a study found that after eating 8 hours after eating nuts, that there was a 33% drop in LDL cholesterol, which is pretty amazing. Up to 33% drop in bad cholesterol, or the low density lipid cholesterol. They contain calories. About a third of a cup will be about 173 calories, 5 grams of protein. Well, it's pretty good. It's really good. 16 grams of fat, 9 grams of monosaturated fat, 6 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fiber. That's a pretty good amount of fiber also. Vitamin E, about 12% of our daily needs. Magnesium, about 16%. Phosphorus, 13%. Copper, 23%. Magnesium, 26%. And selenium, about 56% of our selenium. And some nuts like Brazil nuts, just one Brazil nut will give you their full needs of selenium for the day. Wow, pretty amazing. And like I said, they contain plant-based omega-3 oils, which are good for the body. Full of selenium, like I said, lots of selenium in Brazil nuts, which are good for boosting up our immune system, keeping away colds and flus, and just keeping us in health in general. Nuts are good for weight loss, and I think a lot of people don't know that. A lot of the oils and the calories in nuts are not digestible. They don't actually get broken down, and so we do get some of the good oils, but we don't get all the fats and calories out of a nut. So that's very interesting. I think a lot of people don't know that. And nearly 3 times as much weight loss was experienced by those who eat nuts. So in studies, so if you're eating a little nuts and you want to lose weight, that's a good idea because they have a lot of fiber in them, and that fiber helps you to feel full. We're not talking about going to the big box store and buying the big thing like this, eating that one night, or 2 nights or 4 nights. I was talking about, eating a handful of nuts, and that will do the body good. Also, like I said, doesn't all the calories are not absorbed. It lowers cholesterol and also lowers triglycerides. And one of the few things that will lower triglycerides, there is some connection between high triglycerides, of course, and heart disease and also cancer. So that's really important to lower that down. Nuts many of them contain plant sterols, and this helps to lower the cholesterol also. Uh, it lowered in studies cholesterol in 6 weeks, and that's pretty amazing. And help those people who have metabolic syndrome. And if you have a big belly and you're, um, be starting to move towards having diabetes, having a little bit of nuts on a regular basis is a great thing. I showed that macadamia nuts lowered cholesterol in a great way, and helped with even better than a low-fat diet. So very interesting. I mean, it's good to get oils in our body, but it's good to get them in the way of whole foods. You know what I mean? We eat the avocado, we eat the olives, eat the nuts, eat the seeds, those type of things. I think that's really important because we get the fiber also, which is important. Also, the polyphenols in nuts help with Alzheimer's disease and dementia. And so that's really, really important, especially people like me. Next month I'll be 65, and I want to keep that away. There's no doubt about it. And so eating a little bit of nuts every day is really good, as it helps with better brain function. So if you want to be able to think better, you have those omega-3 oils going into your body, eating the nuts, you're going to be in good shape. And in fact, actually, Andrews University showed that eating a few nuts every day increased cognition capabilities of our brain. So very good, very interesting. Also, nuts every day, because they have a lot of phosphorus in them, keep away osteoporosis. So that's stay away from the animal products, because those actually rob calcium and phosphorus out of our bones, and nuts actually give us that phosphorus, and so we have that strong frame so that we can get around it all of our life. Also, they help with diabetes, and a 12-week controlled study showed that people who ate 25 grams of pistachios actually decreased their blood sugar by 9 to 10%. That is pretty amazing. Wow. I think it has a lot to do with the fiber and also the omega-3 oils. Also, pistachios reduced reactive C protein, and so which is linked to having a heart attack. Also, the Journal of American College of Nutrition showed that it improved insulin sensitivity too. So if you have diabetes, you want to eat some nuts on a regular basis, So also it helped to increase HDL, or good cholesterol. So if you are one of these people who has diabetes, you really want to make sure that you eat some nuts on a regular basis. Also helps with reproduction. Studies shown that eating Brazil nuts actually increases sperm motility, and that's important. Also PMS, if you have a little bit of PMS going on, you want to try to get as much manganese in as possible, and you get manganese with nuts, and that helps with mood swings and cramps and all kinds of things, and it gives you some calcium also to aid your calcium absorption. Also, hazelnuts have been shown to increase your vitamin E, so you have sexual vitality and also mental capabilities, and it improves your skin. And it also helps to keep away Alzheimer's and dementia, as I said before. And so there's a lot of different reasons to eat a lot of great nuts. And if you're one nut better than another, I think they all have different capabilities. So that's why I eat a mixture. You know what I mean? I think it's really important. If I were to pick one, maybe walnuts or maybe even pistachios, it would be really good. And maybe even almonds would be right up there in my book also. Inflammation. Studies show that eating nuts lowers down our inflammation in our body. So, and inflammation is the first step towards disease. So we want to make sure we get rid of the inflammation. And we can reduce inflammation from up to 35% by just eating nuts. So that's really interesting. And lower blood pressure also. Northwest University did a study showing that if people ate nuts, they can lower their blood pressure by 20%. I think that's very amazing. A lot of people think, nuts are not good, but stay away from the salt. The salt will increase your blood pressure. There's no doubt about that. Eat the dry roasted nuts. Try to stay away from the oil roasted nuts as much as possible. And raw nuts are really good also. Eating the raw um, almonds, that's one of them. Also walnuts and pecans and sunflower seeds, as far as seeds go also, and pumpkin seeds and all kinds of different things. Nuts are high in fiber. If you eat a lot of nuts, all of a sudden you're running to the bathroom. And it shows that if we can increase our grams of fiber from 18 to 36%, and with just a few simple nuts. I mean, that's pretty amazing. It grows probiotics. I mean, we got to have fiber in our gut in order to grow those good bacteria. And the good bacteria actually change our mood. They actually, they are the enablers for our immune system. So it's really important that we grow those good bacteria with lots of fiber. And so nuts help us in a great way there. And like I said, it lowers inflammation, lowers cholesterol, and it helps to prevent heart disease. Also helps to prevent cancer. And studies show that it could actually lower cancer in an impressive amount, especially breast cancer. And vitamin E. They contain vitamin E, which helps, like I said, with all kinds of different things, and helps especially with preventing heart disease too, with chest pain, coronary artery disease, and helping to prevent heart attacks. So lots of different things. Contains L-arginine, and they're a good source of L-arginine and helps to open up the arteries and makes them more flexible, and causes dilation of the vessels. I've actually recommended for people who have ED. So if you have ED, you might want to try some L-arginine, but also eat some nuts. And be used in many different ways. You can cook them with them and bake them, make them into bars, and eat them raw. If you're going to roast them yourself, try to keep your temperature under 350 degrees. Try to dry roast them as much as possible. You can even put them in a pan. Just keep moving them in a non-stick ceramic pan and just keep moving them. And is a great way to roast nuts. Also, they help to prevent the formation of gallstones. So that's pretty amazing. It helped to prevent macular degeneration. If you don't want to go blind in your old age, you want to make sure you eat some nuts. They actually help prevent aging of the brain and reduce cancer risk and minimize bone problems. Also, a handful, and that's what I'm talking about here, not a big amount. That's about 20 almonds, about 20 hazelnuts, 15 cashews, 15 macadamia nuts, 15 pecans, 2 tablespoons of pine nuts, and 30 pistachio kernels, 9 walnut kernels, and a small handful if you're going to go for the mixed nuts, which I do because I think it's really important to get a lot of different types of nuts. And when you do that, you get the best of all of them, and I think that's a great way to go. And so try to include some nuts in your diet, and like I said, keep it in moderation, and they are good for you in many ways. They're part of my whole foods plant-based diet and lifestyle. And go to paulhaider.com, PAULHAIDER.com, and up in the right hand corner near testimonials you'll see my diet. Click on that and scroll down, and you'll see my diet, and you'll see my big change many years ago. I lost 40 pounds in 3 weeks, and I high blood pressure, my prostate disease, my arthritis of 30 years, and on, all disappeared in that 3 weeks. And there was a great feeling of peace that came over me. There's no doubt about that. It was like, wow. And to get all that inflammation out of my body was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So if you want to have that feeling of peace, if you want to get rid of all your disease processes, follow my diet. And if you can get a hold of me anytime, please subscribe. Down below you can get all my contact information. The best way to get a hold of me is email. You can also call me. My phone number is down there. You can text me. You can WhatsApp me with my phone number. And if you care to make a donation, that is really greatly appreciated. Because trying to make a difference in people's lives, not always do we get remuneration in that way, but we get wonderful feelings back of being able to help people in a wonderful way. I had a man who actually had terrible lungs the other day, and he couldn't breathe, and he thought he was going to die, and he went on my diet, and lo and behold, his whole respiratory system completely healed up, and those things make me feel good. I hope you have a great day, but most of all, remember, I love you.